Okay, let's try this again. Something went wrong. One of them days. Okay. Quiet on the set.
Quiet on the set. You're listening to WRFB Radio Free Britannia. Coming to you live from Deltona, Florida. Celebrating over 10 years plus. And still running. Who would have ever thought they would last this long? Lunch with no other than the dynamic duo themselves, Laz and Jack. Greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
And this is Jack. Welcome to another. Oh, man.
Train wreck.
Oh.
I don't even know if we're broadcasting properly or not.
Edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the Shroud of the Avatar news. So you don't have to do anything other than question your own personal life choices and ours, as they deserve to be questioned. Oh, man. Do you have a fun weekend there, Laz?
Oh, yeah. Had family over for the weekend, spent time in the pool, in the hot tub, went out to eat.
Did you wear clothes in the hot tub?
Well, my cousin was there, so yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Well, you are in Florida. I mean.
Yeah, well, I don't think she would have taken.
Tell her what you're doing with your cousin.
I don't think she would have taken too kindly to,
Oh, but if it was a guy, it would have been all good.
Yeah, well, no, I wouldn't be doing that with a guy either.
But yeah, no cousins. The family tree needs to split occasionally.
Let's see, is this what the problem was?
Well, if he was in further north in Florida, that's where the family trees do not diverge. Northern Florida, family trees do not diverge. But hey, giveaways are open. If you want to get in on the streamer bundle and you are a Shroud player, you need to bundle me on both streams, twitch.tv/NBNN News and twitch.tv/Cynicist. If you want to get in on the Steam key on Laz's side, twitch.tv/NBNN News, it is bang, I love free shit. And my side, it's going to be bang the boutte. What was bang bang?
One for each.
One for each. Okay.
I'm trying to get back into my NAS here, so I'm sort
yes.
of that's
well, one of these
today's problem is the NAS.
Oh yeah. Well, one of these days I will actually replace the batteries in my UPS units because they're they will not live through a little brownout.
Okay.
And instead, we'll just shut everything down.
That got me in there. So let me see if this will get me in over here.
Oh, so Lass, I updated my dialogue for the entered the giveaway.
Oh, did you?
Go read my chat, the last line.
Entered the giveaway and is touching themselves. Very nice.
Yes.
Okay.
Who cares about increasing tickets?
It was a password problem. Apparently, my NAS decided it was time to change passwords and wouldn't let me in or start the recording from Streamlabs. So I'm going to have to
because you couldn't connect to your NAS.
Yes. Even though I'm sitting here furiously typing in the proper password, but until it let me update the password, that wasn't going to happen. So now that it has the proper permissions, now it's recording, but of course didn't catch the whole show. So it is what it is. Yeah. But welcome to today's train wreck, boys and girls. It is Monday, April 28th, 2025, here inside and outside Shroud of the Avatar. And it looks like it's a technical difficulties day for not only us, but all the good folks across the world, and especially those down at the server room.
Yes.
Because I have questions. I have loads of questions.
I have lots of questions as well. Because
let's see, is there an update yet?
No
update.
Why would they do these things?
Well, we sort of have an update, but not really. But we'll question that stuff right after we get to the highlight of today's show.
Wait, which one is that going to be like?
Yeah, live game servers down.
The live game server is down. Well, I have to figure out which one you want to go to, because I also did some images for
I understand that. We have to lead with this in order to get to that. Yes.
The game server went down around 7:30 a.m. New Britannia time, and Ravelox went to the data center and swapped a power supply. The game up was back up around 9 a.m. and was down again half an hour later, so he turned around to go back again. Further updates are pending.
Yes, we're not going to use the QA to give you this information, but we'll just throw it in.
QA is up, and the last database backup from live completed successfully.
Again.
So when are you going to patch? When are you going to patch the QA server with the latest updates, not just the database?
That's Shroud, baby.
Questions.
That's Shroud.
Questions. Okay, so this is part of a conversation Laz and I were having beforehand. Who walks around with a random power supply in their car? for a
Swapped
server.
a power supply.
Huh?
Swapped a power supply. So did he know it
Yes.
was a power supply going in, or did they bring one with them? Did they
Or
have a
or was
spare?
or was this one of the hot swappable power supplies that are in uh, a lot of server boxes with redundant power supplies, but it's
Well,
supposed to automatically fail over, isn't it?
if that were the case, then we wouldn't have had a downtime, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Tina, I'm aware that you've kept spare gear in a rack, and most people would
Yeah.
if
See, that
they're
was that
not
that was
paying
that
for co-location.
that was my answer. Was, you got the server down at the co-location, and you've got either an extra box or something down there, or you have a backup power supply or two, just sitting there just in case something like this happened. But let's get to the real questions, because this come out of Discord, and this is where I got questions.
Um, yeah. Are you referring to the reporting station at Mannheim is offline too?
No, I'm talking about the clip that you put in here.
Oh,
Scotty and
the other
I.
one. Scotty and I. Did I not send you the other one?
No, you did not.
Oh. You need this one as well,
Did we do that one
because that would
first?
be the login server was also down.
Oh,
Yeah. The login server, remember, the login server is in Germany for reasons, and I think it has everything to do with the fact that Portnip wants to comply with all GDRP as well as all EU laws and like reporting their VAT and things like that correctly.
well, can't you just do that by keeping it here and just doing all that here? I don't
Um,
see.
I was being facetious because
I
we do
I
not
I
Shroud does not
understand.
comply
Okay.
with any of those things, doesn't pay the VAT taxes that they're supposed to, or do a bunch of other things. But login server was down at the same time.
Apparently,
Yeah.
people are calling it solar flares and all other stuff in Discord, but this is where I've got questions. Okay, now back to the other one.
Now back to Ravlox with Scotty and I worked until 5 a.m. Usually when I work in Austin, I get sleep. Then I get awoken only after a couple of hours lull. Hanging here at the data center for at least another 30 minutes to make sure. Had a PSU fail and a RAID controller too. Running on a new server now. Should be good.
Okay, so as you said, who has a power supply just hanging around? Even bigger question, who
A
has
RAID
a
controller.
RAID controller hanging around? Oh, even bigger question, who has
New server.
a new server hanging around? And wouldn't it take more than an hour and a half to pull a server, replace a server, reload all the software, and put it on a new
Yes.
server? Or,
Yes.
you know, I mean, you know, I sort of don't get the Shroud math there for uh, power supply failed, RAID server failed, so we fix that. Or did we just pull a server at that point after the original power supply was replaced, which took apparently an hour and a half? Was that?
Yeah. Yeah.
So he got
And the
there
fun thing
at
is
7:30
you
by
have
9 o'clock, so it took an hour and a
well
half to replace a power supply.
no I see this is one where um you have to remember game server goes down, then you get notifications, then you have to go choose to drive to server co-location facility,
Right.
then perform the tasks. Okay. The co-location facility is not right next door to Scotty's house.
Well,
And
what is it?
not
A
at
half
Scotty's
hour
house.
drive?
Half-hour drive.
Okay, so it took an hour to replace and get a power supply in.
And yes, Tina, if everything is the new server, aka because we know none of the stuff that they use is new. You would have to put those RAID drives in the proper order and make sure that things are going to be not affected by
Yeah, now
anything.
that was a question that I had, Tina, and I understand that working on a Linux box versus a Windows box is different. If you take your drives out of a Windows box with X hardware and put it into another Windows box with Y hardware, it takes a while for Windows to reconfigure the hardware to run again. I'm assuming this is not the case on a Linux server.
Well,
Linux doesn't
if
give
they
a
had,
shit.
if these are all the same old servers that the company that vacated the offices and left like 20-30 servers
If they're identical
that were
servers, then I
already,
understand. Yeah,
yeah.
then I understand that.
So
That makes a little
if
sense.
they had a spare one of those as their backup slot, then going from a completely dead, hasn't been powered up in forever, we're not worried about wear and tear on it. Much easier process. But the fact that how long
We haven't even gotten to that yet, Morgan. Haven't even gotten to that yet.
yeah. Yeah. So, and if you think about it, this is something that Portalarium took over those offices, what, 7 years ago?
Something like that. And they moved from the
And
original
they were
offices to their new
already,
offices. There
yeah,
was
the new offices before they,
a stack of like a dozen rack servers that were just sitting there in
yes.
boxes, unused, untouched.
Well, no. They had been used. They had all their drives pulled out and a bunch of other
Okay,
things.
well, they were in boxes.
They were,
they looked pretty new.
yes, well, I mean, that's just because the way boxes get stored. But
Well,
that was one
yeah.
where they were old servers already. And so
That was and that was my interpretation. Was they were old servers that were just never used,
yeah,
that were sitting around, but they were brand new in the box. I thought that was the allure when Chris was trying to pawn those off on
no,
eBay.
they were not new. They were
They were
used servers.
new old stock is what I thought they were.
Yes. Yeah, no, they were used.
Okay, well, yeah. See, Tina's of the same. Yeah, new old stock. Absolutely, that's exactly what I thought they were. They were just
no, that
Now there
I
was a
saw
couple.
them.
So did I. I saw boxes that looked like they were unopened. Then they
Yeah.
had piles of
No,
used ones on top.
All the boxes were opened. Every single one of them.
Don't recall that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's like they were taking them apart and actually checking specs on some of them as well.
but anyway,
But yeah, they were not old new. They were used. Used. And just put in boxes and retired. No, they are not leftovers from Tabula Rasa.
No,
That's
not
not
at
who
all.
they took over the company from.
Now,
But yes.
let's get to Morkin's question. What new server? Ravlox talked about new server 2 years ago. So that server is an old server now? No. Jack believes, and I would probably tend to agree with them, that a couple of years back, Chris upgraded the new server to a slower machine.
No, that was the QA or the build server that he downgraded.
Okay, well, I thought it was the production server that we downgraded.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
It was the build server that was downgraded.
Could have sworn it was the production server that was downgraded.
No.
Why tell us about a build server that nobody ever hears about? That doesn't make sense.
Well, the fun part is the fact that he downgraded it because I think he was going to make that the new production because it was newer hardware. I don't know, but um
Anyway, they've got a lot of old machines floating around
yes.
that can be used in such a use case. So,
Yeah,
but
well, I
but
mean,
the
the thing about
machine
like
that's been
the old
hanging out in Ravlock's house is still
yes,
in Ravlock's house,
in
as far as we
Ravlox's
understand.
house
Yes,
because that would be in Dallas. That is not in the Austin area.
and we know he didn't just go to Scotty's house to work and load up a server into his car just because he was going to Scotty's to work. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but anyway, as we are aware, the game servers are currently back up and running, and
Yes.
we're still getting kicked AFK and moved out of our seats and all this other stuff. As I gotta go and do this here.
Shroud logic. But hey, yes. So we have lots of questions related to what's really going on, and
What server did
it's
they swap it with?
yes. Um, what? Um,
Out with it. Spit it out. What are you gonna
rug in the
say?
throat.
Yeah.
um, I forgot. But when do we plan on upgrading the server to the new server that we've been waiting on for years? And someone's messaging me that our servers went to the Slayscape co-location. But it is one where why we've been promised these things for years that have not materialized.
You mean like the new map
What?
server?
Yes. Yes. Where are these things, and why aren't we
Jigoku
working
hitting
on
us
these?
up with a prime sub. Thank you,
Oh,
Jigoku. 8 months,
wow.
currently on a 1 month streak.
Nice.
So
Jigoku wants some Steam keys.
Jigoku, you know the rules. You've been here long enough. Are we going to stop and play with our balls, or are we going to continue
Continue talking about
on with
Shroud.
the nudes? That's right.
Yeah, to me, they definitely had to have had one of the old
Continue. All right.
decommissioned servers not up, and it may have even actually been the dev server, because remember the devs have their own server as well. Besides QA, there's QA, there's a dev server, and then there's production server. So we're paying for the three different
4 servers.
places. Well, the login servers in Germany, we're not worried about that.
Live server, dev server, QA server, build server. That's 4.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right. I mean
So
that is proper Shroud math, isn't it? Okay, just
yes.
checking. Just checking.
Yeah, I forgot about the build server.
Yes. Okay.
But yeah,
Just checking.
even though I mentioned it earlier. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Shroud math.
Well, backup server would be the QA server. I mean,
Well, that is until they break it, because they haven't patched the QA server since a long time ago. It's nowhere near up to date. But they did update the database on it to make that in sync, but still doesn't have the game patches. You ready to
Necronut.
talk about the
Necronut. What are you doing?
uh, 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 uh,
Long time no see.
oh, 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 oh. Uh, hold on. Damn it. They did update the QA server. It is now running build 1729 and was patched as recently as Friday
Oh, interesting. What did you do? Just run it real
or
quick?
Saturday. No, someone sent that to me.
Okay. All right. Anyway, moving right
Wow,
along.
wow,
Before we
wow.
get back
You ready for
to
some patch notes, or do you want
before,
to pull a
yeah, I was
giveaway
gonna say.
beforehand?
Now we got. Well, I don't know. We got a minute and a half before we get to those. I guess we gonna.
Well, if you
Yeah,
keep on
no.
talking, we'll be at the minute and a half.
I was gonna say. Well, that's what I was trying to do. You know, sometimes you gotta play the
You got
stall
to
game.
milk.
Got to
You got to
play the
milk
stall
things.
game to get down to that
Okay.
time point because I'm looking at the patch notes and I'm going to have to go pull a couple of topics in order for us to get back to
Oh yes.
making some sense as to how quickly some of this shit got done.
Uh huh.
So
Yeah.
let's stop what we're doing. I'm also going to be pulling a game key thanks to Jigoku. Right after we pull this streamer bundle.
Oh, and Conjurer Dragon going to be receiving a uh.
Morgan!
Where's Conjurer hiding at?
He's right there someplace, and I know Morgan's on the lot too.
He's
Morgan's
hiding behind the
step on
piano.
over.
Why are you hiding behind the piano?
He's not. He's probably sitting on something but
No,
the network
he's
code.
standing behind the
Yeah,
piano.
probably the network code. You know how that works. There you go,
Where
Morgan.
is he on your stream?
Let me see. Hold on.
Is he standing behind the piano on your stream?
Yeah, no, he's behind the piano on my stream too. Yes, you're right.
Yeah. He's hiding behind the piano.
You're absolutely right.
Don't forget to accept that trade. And giveaway is reopen on my stream. And it's time for some patch notes.
Not yet. I got to pull a game key still. I
Okay.
just said that.
Okay. Oh, well, I
Okay.
thought you did because
Yes. So
I'm not paying attention to you.
I
I'm not
know
paying attention to myself.
you can't afford to pay attention. That's right. All right. So we are pulling the giveaway, picking ourselves a wiener, and Lomir, you got a shot at a game key called Hazel Sky. Hazel Sky is a heartfelt adventure about a young engineer facing his destiny and his desires. And that's $24.99. Do you want it, or do we give it to somebody else? And Lomir, all I hear is like a
Snoring.
bad dog. Yeah.
I thought it was someone snoring.
Oh, that too.
What's that?
Hazel Sky. Do you want it, or do you want to pass it on?
I'll pass it on.
He's gonna pass it on. So I'm gonna pick the next winner. And that's going to be Conjurer Dragon. All right. Conjurer, you're going to get a copy of Hazel Sky as I reset this giveaway. And that giveaway now is reopened. So you're all going to have to type in exclamation, I love free shit. Oh, what happened to my... I don't know what happened there. I closed the window, apparently, that... creator dashboard. There we go. Back to my analytics page and get over here. And where is he? Here he is. All right, Conjure Dragon. There you go. $25 game. just for you. All right, moving right along. Let's get back over to it. While we're doing this, I've also got to go and let me get these topics together because
Are we gonna go traveling?
no, not really.
Okay.
I just got to find the topics. This one we covered uh, on Friday because this was Siamese town that he just got his hands on. And he's
Yes.
been
That's
waiting patiently over a month for this to
but
actually
Arts
happen.
Draconis Wetlands, they fixed a data mismatch issue that kept the spot from being assigned an owner. And you're supposed to share the links, Laz.
I'm looking for it, and I just haven't found it yet.
And we know that the ownership was transferred on Friday, reported on Friday,
Yes.
and patched on Saturday.
Okay, so here's who is that? Is that Conjurer Dragon or is
it's Conjurer
yes.
Dragon is snoring. He's sleeping. He's asleep at the wheel. We have done such a great job. We have put Conjurer to sleep. But
Roger, back up!
this has been fixed. It was reported Friday at 11:50 a.m. and fixed on Saturday at 4:04 p.m.
So
Now let's go back to
this was the report from Belladonna.
Yes, 11:47 a.m. Then confirmed at 11:54 a.m.
Yes. Next one, we went and visited this location.
Now, out in Brittany Fields, they added a boarded up door to a building with no entry. And it took us a while to find this little small building. Took us a while. As well as the farmer in the wheat field now clarifies his stance on his wheat.
Yeah, we should actually go. Let's get these two. Okay.
Are we traveling to Brittany Fields now?
Yeah, I'm getting these two topics here real quick for you.
While we're traveling. Oh fuck, we're south entrance. We'll have to after Conjurer wakes up, we'll have to trade him again.
I had to mute him because
the snoring.
Yeah.
I think it's hilarious, man.
I do, but I can't have that in my ear.
It's only in one of my ears because the other one's not plugged in.
Well, same thing. It's only in one of my ears too, but
But it was confusing as to what it was.
Well, I didn't know if it was Lomir having a mic problem again or what that problem was. Yeah.
That only happens when I'm on my phone.
Okay.
What, that you start snoring?
Why? No, I don't snore. Why I come on there like that? I don't know.
Okay, so Brittany Fields, we're going up to. Let's pull up the map here, and we're gonna need the horsies because we're going up to that area.
I think I'm going the right way. I might not be going the right way.
Where
I found
was
the pumpkin fields.
It was, where was it again? Farmer shop. East of the Palisades walls, but I'm not seeing the Palisade. Oh, there it is. Okay, now I see it again. So east of the Palisades walls. Okay. We gotta follow the road up over here.
Dun, 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 dun. Was the farmer the one standing in the wheat?
He was the guy, yeah, in the middle of the wheat field. Yes, that's the guy.
Okay. Wheat.
Where are the palisade walls? I'm missing them. Where am I in reference to this?
So here is the wheat, which is not listed as a keyword when you first go up to the guy. You have to type that in.
Here's the pumpkin fields.
Do I need to invite you to a party?
No, I'm getting there. I sort of overshot it a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, you way overshot it. To your right, to your right, to your right, to your right.
To my right. All right. It should
Yeah,
probably be
come up the
easier.
road and come to the right.
Yeah, okay.
But come talk to this guy and look. Don't forget you need to turn on your conversations.
No. He should talk to me, right?
You need to turn on your
Yeah, okay.
conversations. So, but I want you to see, is there a keyword there directly for wheat?
Show conversations. Where the fuck is that? Enable conversation close-ups is on,
Okay.
but it still didn't come up. Oh, skip conversation with merchants is checked. That's why. Okay, so now I can go and talk to him. He doesn't run away. Let me know if you'd like to buy anything. Name, job, hello, buy.
So no wheat conversation there.
Yeah.
Did they Shroud logic that? But if you type in wheat, it will work.
You're asking about this wheat here in my field, which is a highlighted, and it
Yes.
does,
Now it is
now it shows
now it
up,
is.
yeah. Sorry, but it's all spoken for. I have contracts to only sell to local grocers. You have to talk to them about buying any, and then, yeah, there's wheat. And once you click that, then it becomes part of the tree at the bottom, which you can't see because this other stuff is covering it up. But
Yes.
as we know, let's get to the topic. This was reported April 21st. April
Huh.
21st, which was a week ago Monday, this
Yeah.
past Monday. And of course, that was in lockdown.
Yes. And already patched into the game.
Already patched in. So we can say goodbye, and then I can go back over here and check that back, skip the conversations, because I don't like those conversations. And then, do you remember where that little wooden hut was?
While you're doing that, I've been running around looking for the hunt. Because it was near a bunch of other fields of some sort, but I can't remember what kind of grain it was.
And of course, Conjurer is snoring, so we can't
Yes,
just ask
Conjurer
him
is
to show us.
snorting, so we can't be like, hey, lead us there.
I thought it was by
Yeah.
water, wasn't it?
Well, by a stream of some sort,
So that should be simple enough.
or something. But of course, I'm not looking at the map. I'm just running.
Oh no, I'm looking at the map just to see.
Was it near the pumpkin fields?
Okay, so it wasn't up here. So if we just follow the water down now, where's the water? Here we go. Let's just follow this. Fences and shit in the way that we can't jump over.
I like the zombie.
Well,
I just came from that way.
there's nothing up the other way, so it's got to either be down here or along the other river. There it is. I found it.
What? So you're saying I completely passed it up again?
Probably. At least I believe this is it. So let me go around this body of water.
Dun, 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 dun. So I'm running towards you.
Was that it? Oh, I think I lost it. Nope, that wasn't
That
it.
is not it.
No, I was coming down this side, and it was like, it looked like a little house coming down from the other side, but that wasn't quite what it was. So where is the other water?
Dun, 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 dun. But then you're dealing with both of our really shitty CRS syndrome
Well, we really
because
didn't go.
it was on stilts. It's
Yeah,
outside the gate, or was it inside the gate? Fuck.
and these fences are killing me. Fences are killing me. As we go looking over here to this other line of water.
Is that it? No.
You would think we'd be able to see it on the map, right? You would think.
Well, if only we were able to put in pins and weird shit like that.
What you mean, like we used to be able to before they ruined Soda Map?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. The shroud logic of the shroud logic. But do you like this guy right here?
Okay.
The zombie you can talk to?
Zombie.
It's on someone's lot.
Oh, yeah. That's conversationalist. Conversationalist.
Where the fuck is it?
I forget.
Yeah, can't remember.
Is this it? Hold on. No, that's another house. It looks small enough, but it's actually just a little house and it's not on stilts.
Oh. I
Find it?
found it.
On my way. On the way. Where was it? Oh, right near this little piece of water that we didn't even think about.
Yeah. But this was the house.
Yes. So,
They added stairs up and
oh, that is
the
cute. And a boarded up door.
yes. But hey, imagine that able to do some graphics design in a couple of days to fix. I mean,
The building model has no interior, so I'll have to give some thought as to what I may want to change, if anything. And of course, this is what got done. They had a little staircase and a boarded up door, which thank you, Conjurer Dragon, for your little nitpick shit that causes them to work
Yeah.
on stuff like this, which is totally irrelevant to the functionality of
Well,
the game. I'm sorry, it took dev
yes.
time to do this, that they could have been doing something else. You know, that's just
Well,
my
I mean,
2 cents.
this goes to the discussion that the team lacks the technical abilities to actually fix majority of the issues. And the only thing they can do is little fixes. Hence all the spelling fixes.
Well, my
And
question is, did that have to
this
get
is
baked in with a full patch, or was that just
yes.
something that was
Yes.
there? Yeah,
That
that's what I
that
would assume, right?
that
Yeah.
that that's a static asset that has to be fully baked in to the game client. So yes, that absolutely is one that was baked in. And I wonder if Conjurer woke up yet. Because nope, there goes the snoring. I didn't mute him because I think the snoring is hilarious.
Yeah,
But
no,
yeah,
again,
he is in Germany, so it is what 7 p.m.
it's
Nap time,
not
time for a
night,
siesta.
definitely nighttime there.
Yeah. Um,
And Edward, do we get
let's see.
the?
It's 7:49, 7:48.
Want to get to the Port Harmony one?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. In Port Harmony,
Are we
they
traveling again?
fixed the coloring of a woman who was in grayscale. Um, did they remove
We,
April Fool from
we well, again, I got to pull up the. And she was
the
at the
time
north.
of
She was at the north entrance, if I recall. But let me pull
yeah,
up
but
that report. Mechanic seems broken. Seasoned traveler. Here it is. No, not that one. What was the? I have the Captain Kinsey dialogue that he was talking about
the
in
the
here.
fun part is you wouldn't well since it was a distracted visitor that was changed, we won't be able to tell unless they broke it and didn't actually change the right one.
Yeah, but there's more to that.
Because
Random
they're
visitors. Here it is.
the
Okay, so
distracted visitor.
well, it says random visitors.
Yeah.
Okay, so here is the topic for you. You want to bring that up. And she was right up here, which is, yeah, this is
Yeah,
the one.
she was hiding in the but this was reported April 17th, so 11 days ago.
Yeah, but continue, go read this even further because,
Addendum. Chandala Trusong, music merchant in Erie, standing at her stall in the docks, uses the same completely gray appearance.
yes. So not,
So we're going to Erie and going
but
to the
this,
docks.
but this distracted visitor has been changed. So
Well,
this is the one, yes.
well, remember that originally he said that the distracted visitor was down by the docks. Then
Well,
we found it up
we found it
here,
here, and yeah,
and it magically appeared while you were standing there.
you said
Or
docs.
below me. Yes, docks.
as we head to the docks.
Yeah.
We don't need no stinking docks.
Okay. Oh. Okay, not that one, not that one. Not that one. See, I don't have their names learned, so I do not know which one it is.
Oh, soda map. Hold on, music. Should be there. Let's go to Airy. AER. And I go to Airy, and I should be able to find this one.
Music Merchant. Found her.
Which one? Shinanda, True
To your
Saw.
right, to your right, to your right.
To your right, to your right, to your right, right.
To your right. Yeah, she has color.
Yeah, she's not as completely gray as the other one was,
No.
but
She
close
just has
enough.
gray clothes on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
close enough. I don't know. What's my? Can I get into the Jack of Diamonds?
I can. If it would let me use the ladder.
Welcome aboard. Good luck.
I want to board.
Yeah, so I can.
You have a white cloak.
Do I? I don't know. I haven't checked in
You
it.
did.
I haven't checked in a day or two.
You did, unless you did something to change it.
Let's see. Shroud. I have to actually
Equip
show
it.
quest items.
And you hide your cloak so we can't actually see what color it is, whereas mine is nice and black.
Mine is white.
Yours is white. So they
How-
broke their Jack of Diamonds?
How is that possible?
Shroud math. Now the real question is, where's the merchant up here?
He was in there, wasn't he?
This is the captain.
I thought Jack Price was the guy.
This is the I thought there was a merchant up here.
The fence here. Yeah, he's down over here.
Okay. Can you interact with the fence and
Yeah. Hello, my favorite customer. I've
What?
only been here once, but I'm his favorite customer.
But I can only sell them undelivered packages.
And undelivered letters, yes.
Yeah. But I thought there were supposed to actually be a bounty master is inside.
Inside where? Inside here?
Oh, I do have a bounty slip. Give items. Huh. I received a sword of speed.
Oh, I have a bounty slip too. Look at that.
Yes, lie.
I have no idea. So what?
Oh, damn it.
Okay, so if I give him that, I got 500 gold, 25,600 experience, and a sword of speed
Yep.
common. Yes, from my bounty. Hey, I'll take it.
Yep.
All while wearing my beautiful white cloak.
White shroud. Yeah. Apparently they fucked up another in-game mechanic that is supposed to be
Well, it's only one of the virtues that actually does this, and I believe that one I. Oh, can we get to that?
Hold on. I'm getting off the boat the fun way. Oh, damn it. You can't just jump off and end up back in Airy.
What happens?
A, a crew member ropes you back in miraculously. So we need to go to Graymark Forest in the southwest entrance to see whether or not April 1st is still there.
I guess we got just a minute
Yeah.
because it's about that time, but we can jump out there real quick.
Yes, and then recall back to the lot to see whether or not April 1st, remember, character Gray with the Gray Forest only supposed to be there during April Fools.
Well, no, as that since they gave her a damn quest and emote, yeah. Nope, she's
But
there.
she should have only been there. Yep, she's still here.
So what are you
But they
saying?
should remove.
She's only supposed to be
She
able to
should.
get her in April. In April,
Yeah, absolutely. That's an April 1st joke.
the joke's on you, man. That's Shroud, baby.
Oh, Shroud Logic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shroud Logic. Yeah, but it is time to pull giveaways, and Lomir going to be getting a streamer bundle from me. Lomir's at least awake and not snoring. Oh.
Okay. As I sit back down and I turn off that crap again because I don't need to be showing all my quest items in my inventory because I have way too damn many.
Okay, and let's see who's getting
Okay.
a Steam key from me, and that's going to be Vovanov. And who is getting a copy of Unsold.
Morgan, step on over one more time. Congratulations on your second win from me today.
Unsold is a $20 game.
Oh, very nice.
Yes.
And this is going to Morgan. There you go, buddy. Enjoy that as we pull the final giveaway of the day. And let's see who's going to get the final game key of the day, and that's going to be Super Drap Forever. Super Drap Forever. And you're going to get a copy of Simul Arca 2. Simul Arca 2 on Steam. And Simul Arca 2 is $8. Is that right? $8, $7.99, going out to Super Drap Forever. So congratulations to everybody. Thanks to Jigoku for the sub today, and of course, thank you all for bearing with us through technical difficulties. It was one of them days, and of course, we will be back with more tomorrow, right here, nom 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 nom, on NBNN. Till then, I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And I'm Lomir.
And we are
And Conjurer Snoring.
NBNN. That's right. And Snoring Conjurer. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Oops.